Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, my name is Lorena, and if you're old, welcome back, sis. It is so good to see you. So today I do have a chit chat. Let's redo my braids. Because number one, I'm starting to get dandruff. And I'm not sure if that's because I put this like jojoba tea tree wild growth hair oil mix on my hair, because I didn't have dandruff until I did that yesterday. But I digress. So we're gonna get to this hair, and matter of fact, I am actually going to cut these box braids because look at the ends, sis. Like, they just be looking extra, they looking extra raggedy. And honestly, I'm sick of the long hair. It's getting caught on everything. I'm about to take these little hair beads out. Like, I'm really gonna cut it to about like bra strap length, mostly because I'm pretty sure that's where my hair stops, so I'm not trying to cut my hair off. So all it is gonna go. Like, it's gotta go today. I'm tired of it. If this retwist doesn't come out the way I want it, if I come back on in the end and I have, you know, my hair out, that's why. Like, it didn't come out the way I wanted it. And I'm not about to be out here fighting like it's cute, okay? So I'm about to go wash my hair, and I will show everything that I used in the next clip. I'm back. I just washed my hair with the Curl Talk, the scalp shampoo, the new one for the scalp care. I use that one because it has a direct nozzle that you can put on your scalp. So my scalp is clean, but my hair most definitely did revert back. And I don't know who lied and said this was easy, but it definitely ain't easy, because these braids is like 13 times heavier than when I got in the shower. But I digress. So to get started, I actually think I'm gonna put on a leave-in conditioner on my hair, but it's gonna be a spray. I'm gonna grab it real quick. So I'm gonna use this Carol's Daughter Almond Milk Daily Damage Repair leave-in conditioner. It's a spray, so this is perfect for box braids because you can just get all up in there. And I'm mainly spraying this on my hair closest to my head. And then I'm going to do a little bit down the box braid, obviously, because that's where my hair is as well. Right, so I'm slinging water everywhere. So to get started, I'm going to use the Murray's Edge Wax that I used in my original to do this hair. I'm going to use this one just because I know it'll give me great hold. But I'm also going to use the Curls Curl Paste at the ends of it and to help hold my hair, because when you redo box braids, you have to twist it and then clip it back. So what I really wanted to talk about today wasn't box braids. It was, am I getting surgery again? And I'm gonna say yeah, I am getting surgery again, because of the simple fact that my results were not what I wanted them to be when I first came off the table. So I was about 3 days post-op when I first saw my, you know, like my butt. I saw my results, and I didn't like them from the beginning, from jump, because my butt was like, so I had a lot of love handles when I first went in, and he did smooth those out for the most part, but there was like fat left at the top. Say this is my butt cheeks, there's fat left at the top right here, so it made my butt look square and not like a, you know, upside down heart. It really didn't have any shape to it. It was just square, like square. It was square, period. At the end of the day, it was square. So I'm just smoothing this along the box braid to try to smooth it out. But so it was definitely square in shape, and I'm just twisting this a little bit because you have to kind of retwist it to get it to smooth down at the root. But you don't want to twist this too much and give yourself a dreadlock. But anyway, so yeah, my results weren't what they, like what I wanted them to be, and I wasn't sure why they weren't. So I messaged my surgeon and I asked him, you know, if I could do a revision because I was really just down in the dumps about my, I totally just dropped that cap. I was really just down in the dumps about my BBL because, like, let me take that down. Like I expected it to come out, not bootylicious by any means, but I kind of expected it to come out carved. I expected it to come out, you know, with a better shape than I went in, and I did, but it definitely wasn't, you know, like popping. Like I see a lot of girls that come out of surgery, you know, they wait the amount of time they're supposed to wait, and their results are popping, and mine just were not that. And so that's why I asked him for the revision, because I'm like, I mean, I paid a good amount of coins, so I kind of want my coins worth, if that makes sense. I'll let you guys know like the prices for everything if you really want to know, because I really don't care to like not to share, but I just don't feel like it's necessary to, you know. See how nicely that one came out? Now we just gotta do about 80 more. But yeah, no, it definitely didn't come out the way I wanted it to, and so I asked him for the revision. He granted me the revision, and so on top of what I originally paid for my surgery, I now have to pay a revision price. And the revision price for a BBL when he was at Avana was $750. But his revision prices, the last time I checked, the last time I actually checked, they were $1,500. But I recently asked someone what they were being charged for a revision, and they were told that it was around like $2,000. So just take that into consideration when you get these surgeries. One, I'm gonna give y'all some tips on how to get, you know, the results you want the first go round, so you're not doing this. Because number one, going back for a second surgery after you already had surgery, like, I don't know about anybody else, but it's just not, it's not something I'm trying to keep doing, because like, you gotta get blood work done, you gotta mentally prepare all over again for surgery, and like, it really is tough on your mental. Like, if you never had surgery before, you wouldn't like know this, or you wouldn't even think twice about it really. You'd be like, oh, you just go under the needle and you fall out, you pass out. That's not what happens. Like, girl, you be scared that one, you could lose your life, so you just be worried about that. Number two, you got to worry about, am I the right BMI? Is like my blood count up enough so that I can even get surgery? Because you do have to have your blood count, your red blood count has to, where your hemoglobin has to be up to, I want to say 12 or 13 for something like a BBL, and then for a mommy makeover it has to be like a 12. So just imagine, like, you're paying all this money for a BBL and you go get your lab work done, and then they're like, oh, your hemoglobin is like an 11, which is really low. But you know, it happens to the best of us. We're not eating right, or you might be doing whatever. But that's what I'm saying. There's a whole bunch of unexpected things that can happen when you're prepping for a surgery, aka a pandemic. Like, who man, I'm telling you, I definitely was not expecting this to happen. Like, I was supposed to have my surgery in July, and I actually rescheduled because when I go down for my surgeries, honestly, I just straight up don't trust nobody with my kids. Like, I just don't. Like, I don't trust nobody with my kids. And I like for my husband to watch my kids instead of, you know, putting them in a babysitter or something like that. So every time I go down, they stay with him. And this time he wouldn't be able to watch them because they probably aren't even gonna get leave in June or July. But you know, I mean, this one's really raggedy. Like, first of all, look at all my hair it's just reverted so much. It's sticking out so bad. But he probably wouldn't be able to get leave when I need him to get leave to watch my kids. So I was just having anxiety about that. Plus, I wanted to get down like, I want to say 15 to 20 more pounds. And I may not look it. I will show you guys what my body looks like, because I really don't look like how much I weigh. But I definitely do weigh what I weigh. But I feel like, honestly, it's like, my thighs are thick. I ain't gonna lie about that. Your girl's thick. But I'm definitely not what I look like I weigh. I'll put my stats in the description box, so you know what, you know, my height, my weight, and then like my starting height and weight for my BBL. But yeah, no, I just don't want to rush into this surgery, because one, we're still in quarantine. So I know we all have time to exercise, but I live in Alaska. And I don't know if you know, but there be bears and stuff out here. There's bears, you know, wildlife. You go outside running and you might run into a moose. Like, you just never know. I have really bad anxiety about that. So it's really hard for me to go outside and run when I don't know if a moose or a bear is gonna run up on me, and then I'm gonna have to run for my life, or, you know, fight for my life. And that's just period. Like, ask anybody that lives in Alaska. Like, if you go running outside, there's a good chance that you will run into some type of wildlife, whether it be a moose, a bear, whatever. And I'm just not with it. And all the gyms are closed, which understandably so. I'm not trying to be at nobody's gym right now. So I really just don't want to rush my weight loss process and end up trying to, quote unquote, starve myself and then failing at it, because when you starve yourself, it inherently makes you hungrier. Like, you just want more food. So I'm not trying to do that right now, when I can just lose the weight over the proper amount of time, like a few pounds a month, like it's supposed to be, and it'll be fine. I'm not trying to rush my weight loss, because that's just not healthy. Like, it's not healthy, and it's not something I'm trying to do. So yeah, I had to postpone my surgery because I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I mean, I give props to anybody that can go right now, because it's just too crazy for me. Like, and you gotta, like, I don't know if it's all states that has to self-quarantine it or not, but I know, like, coming back to Alaska, you have to self-quarantine for 14 days, which is fine, because I plan on being home anyway. After surgery, you ain't trying to leave the house to go nowhere. So I'm fine with that. But like, when you get to Miami, I'm not sure if you have to self-quarantine when you're there. And I'm definitely not trying to spend 2 weeks in Miami for no surgery. Like, no, I'm not doing that. So I'd rather just do what I gotta do to lose the weight and reschedule. I'm actually rescheduling my surgery for December, because then I know I'll be good and ready to get my surgery done. I am also including in this round 3, since I'm sick of all the rounds, but in this round 3, I am also getting a breast implant removal, because I did get implants when I had my mommy makeover in December, and they were Gucci. But number one, I broke out in a really bad rash on my boobs. Like, I will show y'all, but you know, YouTube be trying to shut you down, so I'm not gonna do that. It was like, I don't want to say it was like a heat rash. It was like a heat rash mixed in with like an acne breakout that you would get. So it was like itchy, and it was super red, but it was like, I don't know. Like, I'm telling you, right after I got that, look at my hair. It reverted so bad when I did that. I should not have washed my hair, but I needed to. My scalp was disgusting. But anyway, so I broke out in a really, really bad rash. And that was number one, where I was like, yo, what is happening? Number two, my, I want to say left boob started sagging entirely too much. Like, entirely too much. I don't know what was going on with it. I don't know if the implants are just too heavy for my boob, like my skin, because I do have really stretchy skin. Like, it's amazing, honestly. When I got my surgery, my boobs, they were perky enough for me. It's not the Rona, I promise. I just got a dry throat from I was talking. But my boobs were perky, but they were big. They were like I think double D's. They still are double D's, and that's not exactly what I wanted. I wanted like a full C, so that I could fit into like cute tops, because a lot of tops I be liking be like for the smaller titty committee. And I'm not hating on the smaller titty committee. I'm just saying, you know, share the wealth with the tops, okay? But this is how they're looking so far. I don't know if you can really see, but yeah, so that was another thing. And then another thing that made me want to get them out was the fact that, like, the scars. So I had to have anchor scars where on the boob, and this is the nipple, it goes around the nipple and then it comes down under your boob and out to the side. So I had that kind of scar, and underneath the boob was not looking, it wasn't looking good. So my scar under my boob was looking like a stretched out scar that like somebody, okay, so I have had a C-section, so I can say this, but somebody who's had a C-section or maybe even a tummy tuck, and like you just stretched your skin out entirely too far from, like, you know, just normal day stretching, or maybe you were like, I don't know, you know, doing the do, because that can cause your scar to stretch when you know, getting it in. But oh, those look so good. Like, honestly, if it wasn't gonna come out good, your girl was gonna take these out. But so my scar was super stretched out. Honestly, it came out really ugly. I had a hypertrophic scar as well, which is basically like a keloid scar, but you know, not really. It's like borderline a keloid scar. But so that happened, and then I got the keloid scar. I'm trying to remember. I got the keloid scar. Boobs started sagging. I'm pretty sure one of the implants is still like high, and one of them like fell out of the pocket because either the pocket was made too big or I have really wide breasts. Honestly, I don't know. No one's ever said anything about it, so I really couldn't tell you what it is, what the problem is. But so I do have to get my boobs redone when I go down for my BBL. So I wasn't originally planning that, but you know, I mean, it is what it is. And I also do have to pay a revision price for that, and it is the same as the BBL. I mean, I guess I'm not too mad about it, because, you know, well, it's more money that I have to pay. It's cheaper than his normal revision price, so I'm just trying to find the positive side and everything. And this isn't to say like my doctor is, you know, bad or anything. But you know, you just never know how surgery is gonna go. So you just have to be prepared when you go. And that is why we always say, us vets, we always say like surgery is such a mental thing, because it really is. You never know how your results are gonna turn out. You never know, you know, if everything is just gonna go as planned. So you might have to go back for a revision, or you might have to go back for a round two. Like for heavier women, if you go in with a really high BMI, my doctor's max BMI is like 33 or 34. So if you go in with a really high BMI, then you're definitely going to need a round two if you're going for a more snatched, like vixen look, if you know what I mean. Vixen is where you have like the nice boobs, the small 25 to 26 inch waist, and then, you know, the big booty, which is fine, but that's not what I was going for. I just wanted something, you know, that was like an upside down heart-shaped booty. And then honestly, that was it. Like my expectations were low. Like I wasn't going in trying to have a flat stomach, because I do have twins. So I did have the muscle, the diastasis recti. I knew I needed a tummy tuck, like, period, because my skin was like so stretched out from the babies. So I already knew that was gonna happen. and was already planning for it. But yeah, just the fact that I had to go back and fix my boobs, I really wasn't trying to do, because I wanted him to suck me dry of all 4 liters, because I have fat at the top of my butt I need to get rid of, and then I have fat at my bra roll, because my doctor does not lipo the bra roll area unless you ask him specifically. So, and this isn't like me just making up stuff. This is literally like, you know, like a fact. So yeah, I didn't know you had to ask for the bra roll area, so I'm definitely gonna ask for it this time. And I'm really, you know, holding out hope that my round 3 will come out just the way I want it to. That way I can stop going to Miami, because Miami is cool and all, but I'm tired of having to get these clearances. I'm tired of having to I hate needles on some real stuff. Like, it's like I hate heights. Like, you will never catch me on a Ferris wheel, like, unless somebody was paying me to do it on some real stuff, because it's just, I'm not with no heights. I'm just not with no heights. You're not about to catch me. No. So I'm about needles the same way I am about heights, and I just wasn't with it. All right, I'm just say that. But thankfully he did approve me for a revision, because a lot of girls do get denied for revisions from their doctors, because their doctors feel like they haven't done anything wrong, or they feel like it doesn't warrant a revision and that they just need a round 2. So I am grateful that he granted me a revision for a cheaper price, because on some real stuff, paying for a whole nother BBL would be out of the question, just for the simple fact that BBLs now are like $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. Like, I was originally going to go to Dr. Salama, but his BBL, sis, was like, I want to say $7,000 or $8,000. And I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't trying to spend that. I was not trying to spend that on no BBL. Like, on my boobs and my tummy tuck, yes, I will gladly spend that, because that is absolutely worth it. But for a BBL, I was like, y'all gonna have to give your girl a discount or something. Because I was like, that's entirely too much for just a BBL. But Dr. Salama definitely is worth it. I've seen a lot of his dolls that come out, you know, looking great. So, I mean, if you're considering plastic surgery, one, you need to know for a fact that your results may not come, like, this doesn't mean like just my doctor, like any doctor, like, your results may not come out the way you want them to. And, you know, that is okay. It is within your right to ask for a revision, but just know that it may not be granted. Also, you need to know that you have to take the correct vitamins. You need to know that aftercare sucks. Like, the massages, they suck. You need to know that you have to get in a stage 1 faja that your doctor may or may not include in your package. So you may have to pay for that separately. You also have to get you a stage 2 faja, and eventually a stage 3 that gives you tighter compression. So there's a lot of things to consider when you're getting a BBL or a mommy makeover, because it's not cheap to do these things. Like, the surgery themselves, number one, is not cheap, and then the aftercare that comes along with it is not cheap. So it's like, you really just have to take all of that into consideration when you are, you know, thinking about putting down your deposit, or, you know, deciding on a doctor. Don't decide on a doctor just because the doctor is popular, or because a doctor seemingly has good reviews. You need to do your research, look at their past, you know, who they worked for. You need to go on Real Self and you need to check out reviews there, because they cannot be deleted. Join the Facebook groups and see the reviews on the doctors there. You know, don't be afraid to ask questions, because, like, surgery itself is scary, and you really just need people who have been through it to be there for you, be a sounding board for you, and, you know, to give you support and encouragement. So I definitely recommend you, like, talking to other ladies that have been through it. If you want to ask me questions, feel free to leave it in the comments, or, you know, message me, email me. I really don't care. I will answer all emails, all messages. Do whatever I can to help you, sis. Like, give you tips on what I'm taking, stuff like that. But yes, I will be doing a new breast lift and implant removal in December, and I will also be doing a well, this is if they approve me to change my date, because I was originally scheduled for July, but I'm just not trying to leave my kids with nobody, so that's it on that. But if they approve me to come in December, then that will be my new date. So I am finished with the top of my head. It's actually looking pretty good. I'm gonna do the rest of my head later. I actually do want to cut these braids and then come back, because I don't know if I want to cut them and then, because like, look at this one. My hair is like right there, and on this one my hair is like right here. I definitely don't want to cut it too short, so I might just cut it, you know, to the top of my boob, and then just cut all of this off, because I know my hair ain't that long. I think I'll do that, because I'm kind of scared I'm gonna accidentally cut my hair, but I don't want to be lugging around all these braids, because that's not ideal either. Yeah, I definitely need to refresh these ones in the back. You know, let me know if you ladies have any questions about any of this. If you have like labs you need to get, you need like, you know, help choosing a place where to go, let me know, and I will help you guys the best that I can. These videos are literally just, you know, about my journey. I'm not promoting plastic surgery. I'm not, you know, telling someone in order to be beautiful you have to get plastic surgery, because that's not the truth. I chose to, you really have to ask yourself, why do you want plastic surgery? And for me, I wanted my boobs and my stomach done, because after you, well, I don't know if y'all got kids, but after you have kids, like, your boobs, they swell up really big, and then when you're done breastfeeding, they like they're empty, they're flat, they have no volume, you know. That's why I wanted my boobs done. And I want my tummy done, because I literally had a pouch of hanging skin that I would have to tuck into my pants, and that wasn't the move, sis. Like, I'm only 24. I shouldn't be tucking my stomach into my pants like that. No. So and that's no shade to nobody else. Like, if you gotta do that, sis, you know, do what you gotta do. I've been doing it, you know, for 4 years. You know, do what you gotta do. It just wasn't for me anymore. And then the reason I got the BBL was because I was already getting lipo 360, and for like $300 more, they put the fat where you want it. And I never had a big booty, or even a booty really to begin with, so I was like, you know, round it out and make it look like what it do, okay? I was like, you know, work your magic. But I'm about to go get some scissors and I will come right. Okay guys, so I actually did my hair off camera because it was taking entirely too long. Number one, I didn't have the rubber bands for the ends of my hair, so I definitely burnt them with a little big multi-purpose lighter. Shout out to y'all. Yeah, but they looking really good though. They look really good. They look refreshed. I'm loving how short the hair is. Let me go like that. It stops right there, so I'm actually digging how short it is. So what I used was, I actually went in with the beeswax up top, and then I used my Wet Line Extreme to really slick down the hair, because my hair had basically reverted back after shampooing it, and it wouldn't go down with just the beeswax or the curls paste. So I used that, the Wet Line Extreme, and then I went over it again with the Curl Talk Refreshing Foam, just to make sure that it would be sleek. And as you can see, there's no frizz. There's no frizz up top. So I'm really digging this. I'm gonna come back tomorrow and show you guys the final look of the hair once this dries down, and I apply some oils on my scalp to keep away that dandruff. So I will see you guys in the next clip. Okay guys, so I finished my hair. This is what it's looking like. Honestly, it's a couple days later because I did have some breakouts and I was trying to wait for them to clear up, but they're looking like they're not going away. So it is what it is at this point. I think my braids did come out great. It looks like, you can tell I've broken a few nails since then. it did come out, you know, slicker. It looks way less frizzy up top. I also cut my braids to this length, and it's like the best decision I could have made because it was just entirely too much, and it like I can't do the long hair. So this is what my hair is looking like. It's a lot more manageable. This is how much like hair that I cut off because it was like stiff. Look at it, it's like standing straight like a board. I'm pretty sure hair not supposed to do that. So yeah, no. And I've been, you know, I've been potty training my son, so that in combination with the breakouts I'm having is why this video took a couple days. So I was just outside with my kids and came here to film the rest of this video. I'm sorry if, you know, that's an inconvenience for you guys, but I hope you did enjoy the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.